Welcome back to this final game of this evening's one credit challenge marathon to celebrate my state of indifference to a major sports ball event of a similar name happening in Australia at the moment. My name's Trevor Holland. I am one of the hosts of the Rufus Project podcast and the What the History podcast, which you should totally go check out once you've done watching my indulging in old arcade games. So to finish up, we are going back to 1980 with the game Berzerk. Let's just bring up the flyers for this one. Stern Goes Berzerk. So yes, it was produced by Stern. More known for its pinball titles, but they did have a few arcade titles out there. This was quite the game back in 1980, in that it allowed multi-directional firing, and it was one of the very few at the time to have digital speech. The reason there wasn't that much was digital speech, it was estimated it cost close to $1,000 per word to put digital speech into arcade cabinets at this time. And this little beauty actually has a total of about 30 words, so it wasn't cheap to make, but it certainly made it stand out. We'll get to hear some of that wondrous dialogue very, very shortly. Bring up the actual game here. As you can see, I did play just before. Okay, let's go through. Bit of action going on there. Make sure I can see it myself. Very basic, but very functional graphics. The idea is to try to get all of the robots before getting out of the room. And there is a smiley face that chases you if you take too long. Very entertaining. Lots of fun. There you go. I did play it earlier and made the top out of 0 scores. Okay, I think it's time to get playing Berzerk and see how I go with just 1 credit. Remember, every different word you hear is an extra $1,000. So that's that. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Intruder. Oh, too close to the wall there. Oh yes, the walls are indeed fatal. So diagonal firing of these suckers. Oh, straight. Okay, I think it's gonna get it. Oh, what? That wasn't nice. You can actually lure them into walls and they can shoot each other. Come on, hit the wall, hit the wall. I'm just going to try to get through as many screens as I can. Put them up. There you go. They can... Ha! Ooh, that was close. See, they actually get faster and fire more bullets. Oh! I was too busy watching them and not watching where the wall was. Anyway, there you go. That's what, $30,000 of digital voice, and I'm not sure how much actual game development gets you. It is quite a fun little game. Don't let my so-so performance put you off, it certainly is a fun game to play. Especially if you can find the actual arcade cabinet with the sound booming. It's a fun experience. I highly recommend it if you find yourself with that option. Now, we of course will be back in the future with more one credit challenges. I don't intend to do multiple ones of a night. I'm actually quite worn out after playing a couple of fun pinball titles and fun arcade titles. But certainly, if you want to check out more, we've got lots of one credit challenges on the Rufus Project YouTube channel, which you're on right now, so I don't know why I said it that way. Force of habit from the podcast side of things, I guess. We've been doing this for a bit over a year now, and I don't intend to stop anytime soon because, frankly, I love these games. They're so good. In the meantime, though, also check out the Rufus Project podcast, where we try to redeem movies of questionable quality and of almost infamous proportions. And What the History podcast, where we check out bizarre bits of history to make you say, what the history. They're certainly worth checking out, and I do hope you do. So that's all for me for now. We will be back in the not too distant future with more fun arcade games. I'm still thinking about what to do for the third part of the State of Indifference in a couple of weeks' time. It may be a live playthrough of a console title. That's what I've got in mind at the moment. But hey, look, if you've got any suggestions of what you would like to see as a bit of a special feature, or if you've got any games you would like to see featured in the One Credit Challenge, let us know and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'm going to wrap things up and go have a rest from doing this and go do something else. Woohoo! And we will definitely catch you next time. Farewell.
Game over.